Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali, I love working. It just gives you such a wonderful, just rootedness. So I've been making a soap, and my king has just been a frenzy of activity. He's holding his free Restoring Black Health Zoom classes in just like a little over an hour. And so join him because this brother just be sharing the knowledge necessary. And that's what this share is about. This video is about. We do not want to be stupid as hell in our choices because I'm astounded. You don't understand. I was right there with you. Right there, overwhelmed, addicted to all the friggin' crap that they saturate us with. And what I need to emphasize is you cannot eat any longer. You cannot live your life any longer with a kind of mindlessness because this radioactive hell is no joke. It has removed any kind of, people would say, well, maybe I have a heart attack if I'm as big as Lizzo, or maybe I won't. I'm not wishing Lizzo any harm. I'm just saying that radiation bioaccumulates in your body and it destroys every single organ. There are ways to get it out, but just healthy eating no longer cuts it, and most of us aren't even employing that. So I humbly ask you to listen to the whole share because there's just no way to, do this in 10 minutes. But also donate at my Cash App, $Radical Sister, or through Patreon. There was a sister, oh my goodness, thank you so much, Queen, she did donate. Over the last share I did where I just broke down the lie of fusion energy, that I look all over. I didn't find anybody explaining it as painstakingly as I attempted to do. And I think I achieved my desires to, just in case I was looking, I would want to find the share that I did. Right? I don't know anybody doing that. That's not a share that's going to get a lot of views, even though everybody should be watching it. But most people, unfortunately, I love you. I don't mean this as an insult, but it's just a fact. Most folks are stupid as hell because there's no reason to be overcome by any of it. I'm not here to fearmonger you about radiation. Okay? I'm here to tell you, you can get the crap out of your body. My king is screaming something in the background. I know you can't hear it, but he makes me laugh. So let's get right on into this right here. There is something going on that's a brand new feature of culture, just hidden culture, because you'll find out about things that, all kinds of nations and tribes and races of people do that will astound you. You never heard of it before. That's part of their culture. Well, this is brand new, and it's called the Great Salmon Famine. Have you ever heard of it? No, neither have I until I started looking it up, and also because of Fukushima. But I find how they're minimizing the carnage of it absolutely astounding, even though the U.S. Senate just allocated, I think it's $360 million to the fisheries on the West Coast, okay? And this article right here, I can't play the video, but it was so astounding how disconnected from the horror of what's going on is. This is a major news site, NBC K5. Kirkland teen earns national recognition for art project about salmon restoration. How in the world did they? They just went over what he was trying to accomplish And I'm nothing bad to this white teen, but white folks are so loyal to the very society that's killing them too. I'm going to go through that too. But in this share, and I'll put the links to most of the articles in the pinned comment, and it'll be down at the bottom, because up at the top are all the places, all the things that your heart tells you I should be supporting Sister Ajali, okay? And so this dude right here, he was painting a whole mural, right? When you do something like this, you're trying to scream that something's wrong, that the salmon are gone. That's why they're giving them all that money. But in this news report, they didn't mention anything about the disastrous collapse of the salmon. They were just going over, how he's trying to help his community, and it was all about him. It wasn't about what he spent time dedicated to increasing awareness out there. But this is being stupid as hell. And, one of the things about sadomasochism and bondage and all that, the warm leatherette, gear that they put on, the latex outfits, and they had a couple dominatrix going up in front of some town hall meeting. All of that is actually originates from their worship of nuclear. And they know they got everybody transfixed over the bomb, but it's not the bomb that they worship, it's the radiation, right? Because that's what those suits were put together for, right? I didn't even know that they've had hazmat suits since the 14th century to protect the wearer from biological agents. I would say that would be them in their, trying to use bacteria or what, like the poison blanket things. These guys, they do this. This is what they excel in, poison. But these suits, how they originally were heavy leather or rubber attire, were deemed to be absolutely of no protection whatsoever against radiation. And so now they just have the paper suits, because it's a joke on the nuclear employees that, yeah, we know you gonna die soon, but oh well, here, put this on so you feel better. They had different ones. This one, bizarre. All of this was coming directly from the sexual high they got from being able, in their own minds, to kill everything, and it would never be able to defend itself, because when it comes to radiation, we're stupid as hell. And this was the more popular one, a Tomage, okay? You could just, yeah, there you go. Prove my point. Like I said, these people are creepy, weird in ways that if we stay stupid as hell, we are not going to do that research. And so I actually got a subscription to this paper or news website, Intrafish, because they have a lot of very interesting articles about just how bad it's gotten, even though they're not anti-nuke in any way whatsoever. But how long can they hide this stuff? This dude right here, owner of Russia's largest salmon farming company, offloads half his shares. I would say he knows what the hell is going on. Because I'm not making any of this up. I'm not a conspiracy theorist at all. People will come to me with different, suspicions that I respect. But at the same time, I'm like, no, you got to show me the data. I'm a data woman, okay? And I don't mean the character from Star Trek. But how salmon collapse in Alaska's Yukon is drastically changing native ways of life. Oh yes, really changing the native ways. Where the Inuit, once relatively cancer-free, now have highest lung cancer rate in the world. They're just picking one particular form of cancer, okay? They would have the highest rates at this point in time because Dana Durnford has shown the pictures of how the upper west coast of this whole continental area in the Americas is like Mars. It's like Mars. Our weather is going to increasingly be just like Mars, right? And yeah, the Inuit, they would be suffering from all the debilitations, but they just, on purpose, they'll pick one thing. And so that you do not even understand that they're having heart attacks, they're having, diabetes issues, thyroid conditions would be the first thing that would be prominent amongst them, but they're not going to tell us. So I want to thank Sister Celestia Danes and all the other brothers and sisters. If I started thanking people, I'd be here forever. So I am so grateful to all of you, because it ain't about me. It's not about giving me some daggone compliments. It's about saving our lives. And because all the dead creatures, the 7 billion missing snow crab, the fact that there are no more starfish on the West Coast, okay? The radiation's gone everywhere. Everybody we got to think beyond, okay? It doesn't stay in one place because it also comes down on the rain. Tritium, hot water, radioactive water can be absorbed even through the pores of your skin, okay? You're breathing it, talking about lung cancer. The problem is that it's a couple degrees hotter than ordinary water. Ordinary water is what used to predominate our planet. Naturally occurring tritium, and I think there's different isotopes of tritium that they don't want to let anybody know about, as opposed to radioactive tritium put out by nuclear power plants. It's the most abundant nuclear isotope that they produce, right? There's not a large, it's like, 1% of the planet's water has ever been naturally occurring tritium, but coming out of the nuclear reactors all over the planet, it's like 85% of what they produce and hemorrhage into the atmosphere, into the water streams, because it's not like they, filter it out. That would be way too expensive for them. Killing everybody for them is real profitable. Okay? And so, yeah, stuff is happening. Just like with the snow crabs and starfish, and there's so many creatures. The birds, everything. And the rollout of death is horrifying. I'm just going to roll it through with my bar up here because I don't feel like editing it all together. But I'm just going over initially all of us. You could read the headlines as I just keep on going, all right? And I make sure I pay attention to the reason why they died. I don't just put you up here if you've been in a car accident, you've been shot. It's for conditions that radiation, the one thing these people never, ever mention, ever. And I found out on pain of death, they don't mention it. Right? So it's no accident that these scientists keep saying, I'm baffled. I don't know why all these creatures are dying. We're befuddled. Right? Like, you're a scientist, and these dudes get paid massive amounts of money to kill everybody. Okay? I'm like, whoa. And they tell us no truth whatsoever. Am I a shade to all these people? I don't mean to scroll through, but the death is just increasing at such a rate that I can't read all these daggone headlines of horror that don't have to happen. You don't have to be checking out at 54 years old, okay? You don't have to go even at 65. But for me, I cut off the age at that point, because after that, then the propaganda from Western slut vilization and gives us the idea that, they were 70, they were old. 70 is not old. If you're doing the right thing, 70 is young. 70 is vital, okay? So, yeah, it's in Africa, it's in all of these different places, but here I'm going to the white people now, because they have They live in the areas where they put most of these daggone nuclear power plants. That's why there's so many reasons why they would have taken all my channels down and terminated them, is because white people will come through and hear what I'm saying. I don't hate white people for their skin color, right? I hate their deeds. I hate this thing that they convinced us is civilization, and it's nothing of the sort. Right? But if individual white people are going to be brave enough to tell the truth, what have I got against you? And we got to separate. And so please don't get cozy with me and just start making comments. And because more than likely you're going to get your feelings hurt, because you seem to have this like pathology where you need to be in charge of everybody else on the planet. And you're failing at it terribly. I've been seeing all these like, please, attacking Christmas is attacking the United States. Well, daggone, if that's what you base it on, then yeah, colonize someplace else, dude, someplace else. All right. So let's go through, because there's just so many white people who are just gone, as I said, and I will translate these just to make sure they gone from situations that easily can be caused by radiation. There's so much. Whoa. And I keep on reading, and I wish I could share every word with you, but I can't. Now, I know he looks like he's a brother, but I do not include in our transition list anybody from a society where they are so insulted by being called black. So I do believe this gentleman was from Fiji. And so I give him that compliment. You want to relate with the white folks? I'm going to put you right on in there with it, because I'm done. I'm done. If you don't like us, I don't need you. Okay? So, this is just in the past week. Okay? It's crazy. As I say, it's crazy. Right? Keep on going. He gone too. Right? White people, they don't want to die. He gone too. I'm not going to accept their little cookies. And then Charles B. Dean, South African model. Okay, let me not get into that, because we'll be here all day. She died because she had an infection. And Sister Celestia Danes, and also I know from my research that radiation increases the amounts of virulent bacteria. It's one of the reasons why there are certain diseases that are just escalating and taking off. But when I saw the one that they used as an excuse to act like everybody was born to be in jail, I did my research. So all I could say is Carrie Mullins, okay? I do believe that's his name, the one who invented a certain diagnostic tool that you just had to be in a motorcycle accident and suddenly, wow, really? Whoa, that's incredible. He's got that thing, okay? Yeah. You got to do the research. You got to do that research, because these people are nonstop demonic liars. They lie so much. It makes a lot of people sit back and say, nah, nobody would lie like that. Yes, they do all the time. Okay? Really, just get the Disney out your mind. Come on over to 25,000 year cycle, because what my king shares, and I'm there also, that is a rescue. I don't want it to be the only rescue, because that makes no daggone sense. I want other people to hear this, to do the research, so they're not stupid as hell. Because if you do not know what to do specifically, targetedly, you are in deep trouble, because these devils aren't doing a damn thing to stop what can be stopped. Okay? So I'll see you at the Zoom meeting and on our 130th birthdays. Okay? All right. Peace and blessings. Straight black family pride is our map to forever. I love you.